Another good day's work today. Had to cut it short there for potential lightning, and that's the one weather condition that we don't play in. We have respect for that, and so we missed about 11 plays or so. But in the big picture, very good day. Just continuing with the competition component and really giving guys an opportunity to highlight individual skill sets in some of our competition periods, one-on-one like football, to see who can win one-on-one matchups. Really kind of was a big theme of the day, whether it's the bigs and O-line, D-line pass rush or one-on-one routes. I like the energy and the competitive spirit I saw in some of those instances. Started to get some guys back to us. Minka was a partial participant today. Cam Sutton is being evaluated. We'll see what's up with him. I think he had a lower body injury of some description. Don't know the level of severity there. Had some heat-related illnesses, and it was a good day from that perspective. I always appreciate heat and muggy conditions. I think that aids the team developmental process, and so we'll take care of those guys, and we'll continue to go on with this process. We got a big day tomorrow with the Friday night lights and changing venue and doing some competitive things over there. We always appreciate that relationship, and the officials are here. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. It is important to get comfortable with the rules of the game, the points of emphasis, particularly in 2022, and we appreciate their presence and what the value that they're adding to this process. I'll pause for questions.
What does it mean to get Deontay back as a full participant and just for the offense and the receiver?
You know, he's a significant piece. He's done a good job of staying connected throughout the process, and so his train left the station today. I'd imagine it's not going to be much of a transition in terms of him getting up to speed. I know he was excited about work today, and I'm sure he'll have an opportunity to tell you guys and expand upon that.
My first play, he comes out and he in 1v1 skips a deep ball for Mitch over at Kello. What does that say about his work ethic, just to not missing a beat, coming back in and doing that?
He's been working. You guys have seen him work, and so we're not surprised by that.
Coach, there was a lot of talk about the limitations of the offense last year, Ben, et cetera, et cetera. What have you seen in the offense that you like so far this preseason?
I don't know what limits you're referring to, but we're just in the process of building what we do schematically and leaning on the talents that the people that we have and working to minimize our weaknesses, and changing launch points and getting on the perimeter and things of that nature are just going to be a component of what we do.
Mike, you've had 3 of these hold-in things in about a year, and they all seemingly have had happy endings. Is this kind of a meet-in-the-middle way to navigate these situations?
I don't talk a lot about negotiations and things of that nature. I leave that to O. I know he addressed you guys regarding it. Just know from a coach's perspective, I'm glad it's behind us, and we can get focused on collective and individual development.
Deontay's he's not a big guy. He's not a 4.3 sprinter. What makes him such a good player?
He's got game. Skill relative to the position. He has at a high level. He's got ridiculous body control. And I just think that those are significant components of determining dominance at that position, probably more so than the measurables that you mentioned.
Mike, in terms of Benny Snell, where have you seen him grow the most? And what more can he continue to do to carve out his niche in the backfield?
He's done a really good job of understanding NFL conditioning, and that's gradually improved over the course of his time here. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. He works hard in offensive periods, and particularly when a guy like Naj is down, he gets an opportunity to really show his capabilities, but at the same time, he doesn't wane in regards to his special teams responsibility. And that's why I mentioned his conditioning, because you think about his expanded opportunities as an offensive player, but as a coach, I look at a guy taking expanded offensive reps while at the same time maintaining his special teams responsibility, and that is impressive.
On the same line of special teams, what do you think of Steven Sims and some of those other wide receivers from Vaughns and Snead?
They've had their moments. I really think that story gets told once we start getting into stadiums.
Throughout your time here, it's been a few years, but you've always had that Friday Night Lights experience at Memorial Stadium. What's that mean to you, and what's that mean to these guys here?
I love it because it's a yellow bus ride, It's nostalgic for the players. It's a cool way to stay connected to the local fans, and the proximity of the fans makes it a cool and unique experience. And it's just awesome. If you're a football lover, you love Friday Night Lights.
Mike, can you determine how the offensive line has played, or do you need to see preseason games to make that determination?
You know, I could make judgments, but, you know, we'll be in a stadium in a week or so, and more information will be available to us in terms of evaluating, and I'm one to always display patience in that regard.
Do you see the Friday Night Lights practice also as a good way to break up camp and give these guys a little bit of a break, you know, with...
I don't. And I'm not looking for it to be. I'm looking for it really to do the quite opposite. I'm looking for it to turn up the volume. I'm looking for them to get caught up in the emotions of the atmosphere, and hopefully it brings the best out of them.
Is there a physical element to Levi Wallace, or is he still just ill? Is that what
He's just ill, yes.